Well, good morning, all. Welcome. Happy Friday. It's Friday again. Anyway, welcome. We're here. It's a 1 hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. I'm Judith. Props for using this class would be a yoga mat. If you don't have a mat, you could substitute with a folded blanket or a beach towel, perhaps, on a padded surface. Yoga blocks are wonderful props to have. I use them as arm extenders and props for when I need propping. These are the styrofoam version. If you don't have any blocks, you could substitute with a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight. Here's a standard yoga strap. This is easy to substitute with a scarf, a dog leash, a belt, a bathrobe tie. All of those could work. And then I have a rolled up towel, which I use as a fake bolster, rubber bands, homemade. And then a squishy mat, but you could take a couple of small pillows from the bed or the sofa, not bed pillows, but little ones might work. And what else? Hand weights. This should be only if you want to add more challenge to your workout. That's all. So I would recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds. This is a set of 1 pounders. And that can only be, that's optional for sure. And last but not least is our friend the chair. This is a standard metal folding chair, wide base of the legs. Definitely no wheels, preferably no arms. You can use the chair for balance. If you have an available wall, you could use it for balance. Or a large piece of furniture that won't move if you're pushing weight on it, that kind of thing. So if whatever's being offered, as you know, it's not suitable for your body this morning, you can modify, you can do another posture that you enjoy, or you could skip it. So you are in charge. I'm happy to answer questions at the end of class. So let's get started. Let's take the feet about shoulder width apart, and we'll just start gently warming the body by circling the hips. So grounding the feet into the mat, engaging those abdominals as you swirl the hips in a big circular fashion here, and noticing any areas that feel tight or sore or sticky and breathing into those areas. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Corkscrew back to center. And then you're going to swirl the hips in the opposite direction, noticing any changes or differences in this direction or not. I'm just doing a little inventory here, noticing what the body is willing to do. Big full breaths. Inhale and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center. Let's roll some shoulders, opening the chest. Lots of things to counteract from computer slump, too much sedentary activities, or lack of activity, rather, and slumping over steering wheels, shopping carts. So just notice your posture as you move through the day. Let's go through the opposite direction with the shoulders. Noticing any differences in this direction. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake out those arms and those hands. Let's just drop the chin to the center of the chest. Roll right ear to right shoulder. Rolling back through center. Left ear to left shoulder. Now you're going to notice range of motion on the right, range of motion on the left. It may or may not be the same, so you're not passing judgment, no self-judgment, no competition, just observing. The next time the chin comes through center, pause. Chin goes parallel to the earth, open the shoulders. Head turns to the right, come back to center, head turns left. Again, you're observing range of motion on the right, range of motion on the left, side to side, standing tall. One more time, each side. Very nice, coming back to center. Let's keep the legs wide. Let's extend the arms out into goddess arms. Actually, this is goddess arms. We're going into a 5-pointed star to start. So big full breaths here. Fingertips stretch to the side walls, open the chest. Knees are going to track over the toes. So bending the knees, going into goddess arms. Inhale. Straightening, exhale. Goddess. Exhale. Let's just do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back, straight legs, arms go, return to goddess, maybe slightly narrow the legs. We're going to exhale, turning right. Come back to center. Exhale, turning left. Back to center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Arms come forward. Open it up. Open the chest, baby. Back bend, maybe. Forward. Open the chest. We'll just do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Arms go out. Slowly come down. Shake everything out. Keeping your focus forward. Just going to turn to the right now. You're going to be facing your right leg. So we're going to take the hands down the inside, the outside of the right leg as you bow to your foot or your ankle and come on back up. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1 and grab whatever you can grab. It could be the thigh, the shin, the ankle. You can slightly bend that left knee and you're just stretching over that right straight leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Top right arm comes up to sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. And then slowly you're going to come back up, dragging the hands up just as we did. And then coming up to standing, coming back to center. Now we're turning left. The left toes can point out. And you're going to slide the inside and outside of your left leg up and down with those hands. Noticing any changes or differences in this side, if any. There may be none. Ugh. Up and down, noticing how this side feels compared to the other side. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stay down on this one. And grabbing whatever you can grab, ankle, shin, thigh, calf. Pressing your chest close to the top of the left thigh. And this right leg can be slightly softened and bent. Breathing over your left leg here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here, top left arm goes up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm circling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Hands drag up and down inside of that leg, outside of that leg, coming up, back to center, rolling some shoulders. Let's just swing the arms now like empty coat sleeves. Breathing out any tightness or tension that might have occurred, crept in there. So you're twisting and you're looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you. From now, you can take heel of hand or soft fist, and you're tapping directly under the collarbone, the clavicle, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep turning and twisting. Now you're going to pat yourself on the shoulder behind. We're tapping on the front and the back point of the lung. That's in Chinese medicine, reflexology. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep twisting, turning, tapping the front of the torso, and the back hand taps up by kidneys, which are up a bit higher. You're still looking over the shoulder. You're giving the spine a delicious twist for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly unwinding, just taking your time unwinding. Try not to just abruptly stop. Soft fist, tapping on those hip bones. This is a good way to wake yourself up in the morning by tapping. If you've been lying there quietly for hours, helps to get the blood moving. We're going to move to the sides of the hips next. And then we're going to tap bum. And then moving up by the kidneys, up higher. Tapping those kidneys. And then down the outsides of the legs. Up the insides of the legs. Back to the hip bones. We'll do 2 more passes. I feel a little tingling in my legs now. That's kind of nice. Yeah, feels good. And then to the sides of the hips. Woo! And then back by the bum. Up by the kidneys. Down the outsides of the legs. Up the insides of the legs. One last round, back to our hip bones, standing tall, drop shoulders away from the ears, moving to the sides of the hips, moving to the bum, up by the kidneys, on the outsides of the legs, up the insides of the legs. And then coming back to the center, let's just tap on the midriff, the torso, wake all those organs up, those internal organs. And then you're going to stack the palms one on top of each other, and you're going to circle the navel. So you're going to go up the right side. I'm not mirroring you for this. You're going to go up the right, go across the center, and then down the left. So we're actually following the path of the colon. So as you go up the right, that's the ascending colon. Going across, transverse colon. Down the left, descending colon. So this is all just stimulating the colon, the bowel to do their work, encouraging it to do it. Also, it helps to drink a lot of water. Don't forget hydration, that's for sure. And let's bring this to stillness now. Shake out the hands. We're going to take soft fists. You could do this sitting in the chair, but I'm going to do it standing today. So the fists go in your hip crease. The back is going to stay flat. Crown of head always lines up with tailbone, so no droopy heads. And those fists are going to be placed right there in the hip crease, flat back. We're going to go forward, forward, forward until you come to a sticking point, and there you will stop. And we're going to pump the belly here for 8 pumps. So pumping the belly means expanding it like a balloon. Inhale, and then exhale as you pump the belly back towards the spine. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then staying right where you are, back is flat, leading up slowly with the flat back, rolling the shoulders, shaking out the hands, nice and easy. And from here, let's go ahead and if you've got your chair, I'm going to put the chair to the right of me. And I won't mirror you for this. So if I say right, you do right, yes. And left is left. So I've got my right hand on the back of the chair. Right leg is going to go forward, just a lunge forward. Right knee stacks over right heel. Take the foot back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Stay forward on 1. And now here you might want to widen the legs a bit for more stability. Right knee still stacks over right heel. This back foot can either be tucked with the heel lifted, or it could be splayed out about 5 degrees with the toes pointing outward. However, the hips are going to be squared to that short end of your mat. We're approaching Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. One arm comes up. Second arm comes up. Maybe you want to press a little deeper into that front leg, but don't go crazy. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm swing back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Here we go. We're still in Warrior 1. Grab opposite elbows behind the back or whatever you can grab. You're going to bow to the inside of your right thigh. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come back to center. Align the back arms. Stay with the legs just as they are. Now you're going to turn this back leg out even more. Right arm goes forward. Left arm comes back. So now it's though the body is pressed between 2 panes of glass. So you're not in 3D. You're in 2 dimensions here, I think. So you're pausing here. It's Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2 for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here, slide forward with the torso, back to center, slide it back. Sliding forward and back. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now we'll go forward with the front arm. Top arm comes over. Back arm slides down that back leg. Top arm goes over. Dancing warrior. Woo. So we'll do 4 of these. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Back to regular warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Both sets of toes point towards the long end of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, going forward, forward, forward. Hands can touch mat. Perhaps a block if the hands don't get to the mat. Here, let's just shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Maybe some Mr. Ed. Getting the facial muscles moving and involved. Here we'll do a little ragdoll sway, so you can interlace fingers, arms could be straight, or you could grab opposite elbows as you sway side to side. Be sure to engage the abs. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Let's heel toe the feet together here, or step the feet together, either way. And now you're going to rest the hands at the ankles. Drag your hands up the shins, a series of flat back lifts. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the hands slide to thighs. Stacking the bones slowly as you rise up, opening the chest. Let's just put one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Maybe you want to drop the eyes closed, or maybe it's just a soft gaze on the earth. And now noticing where the energy has shifted in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing, chi circulating throughout the system. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, hands come down, shake everything out. Noticing right side, noticing left side. We'll do the same thing now, except for the left. So left hand on the chair back, or maybe it's on your wall or piece of furniture, whatever you're using. It'll be the left foot forward. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Stay forward on 1. Now here the back heel can be lifted with the toes tucked, or the foot can be out 5 degrees. But then the torso is also going to be, the pelvis will be square to that short end of your mat. So left knee is stacked over left heel. One arm can come up. Second arm might come up. Breathing. Noticing any differences in this side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Staying here. Arms sweep back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Arms come down, grab opposite elbows behind the back or whatever you can grab. And then you're going to bow to the inside of your left thigh. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back up, unwinding the arms. Left arm goes forward. You're gazing down the middle finger of your left hand. Right arm goes back. Left knee is still stacked over left ankle. So you're pausing here in Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And now we're going to go forward and back. See if you can isolate it to the ribs. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Now front arm rests on the thigh, top arm comes overhead. Dancing warrior. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to warrior 2. Front leg goes straight. Both sets of toes face that long end of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, going forward, forward, forward. Again, fingertips can touch mat or low blocks. And let's shake the head yes. Shake the head no. And since we're in this forward fold, just walking the hands forward however far they're willing to go. And pausing there as you stretch out the entire back body. Here you can let the head hang for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Tiptoe the fingertips through the legs, stretching behind you as far as the arms are willing to go without falling over. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Walking the palms forward Hands come to thighs. Back is flat, crown of head lines up with tailbone as you rise up. Rolling the shoulders. Heel toe the feet or step the feet together. And just shake everything out. Now you've got the feet directly under your hips, and now you're going to start bouncing the heels. You not want to bounce the heels just half an inch, quarter of an inch. And here with this, you're helping move blood and lymph throughout the body. You're also working on bone density. And you're also working on strengthening the feet, the ankles, the Achilles tendon, and the calves, which will hopefully help prevent falls. For 8. And move the body any way that feels good while you bounce. 7. 6. 5. 4. Keep bouncing the heels. 3. 2. Last one. Yeah. All right. Slow it down and slowly come back down to stillness. Nice work. Let's do the chair. We're going to grab the chair. And then we're going to do a modified warrior 3. So we did all 3 warriors today. So your right hand on the chair back. Let's go ahead and keep the weight in your right leg. You're going to lift your left knee up, and then you're going to either touch the foot back on the earth, arm comes forward, or you can float that back leg so it's parallel to the earth. Exhale, bring the arm and the leg together. Inhale as you stretch forward. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in this position, whichever you've got going, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Triple slow time. Shake it out. All right. Doing the other side. And just as a footnote, I'll try to do a full-blown warrior 3 just to show you warrior 3 is both hands coming out and the leg balancing. So that would be a warrior 3. Fortunately, we have our chair that will help. So left hand on chair back, floating that right knee up. Inhale, exhale, right, exhale, sorry, inhale. So that back foot can touch or it can float parallel to the earth. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Hold it out and steady on 1 or 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down. Nice and slow. Shake it out. Well done, you. All right, let's face the chair back. Feet directly under the hips, toes point forward. I won't mirror you for this. Right foot's forward, left foot goes back. We're in a passive runner stretch. And we're going to tilt the torso maybe 10 degrees forward while you feel the stretch on those left hamstrings for 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Coming back upright with the torso. Back left heel will lift. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back up, lifting the back heel. Now both legs are going to bend and straighten, but the torso stays upright. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Left foot meets the right. And now the left foot goes back, only as far back as that foot can stay flat. And again, Pelvis is square to the short end of your mat. The torso is going to tilt forward 10, 15 degrees forward. Big stretch for that back of the right leg. The trio of hamstrings that reside there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up, lifting that back heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press for 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift back heel. Now torso stays upright, both legs bend and straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1. We straighten. Right foot meets the left. Shake them both out. Let's do this movement here, since it's a movement we don't normally use or do. So we have to keep that area stretched. So you're going to approach your chair with the right angle. You're going to take the left foot out. And you're going to just shift from side to side for 4, 3, 2. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center. Let's go ahead and sit in our chairs. Why not? And then we'll go on to the mat eventually. So from here, I'm going to grab my strap. If you don't have a strap, you could use a substitute prop, or you could grab opposite wrists. So no worries. And here you might want to grab some water. I'm going to have a tissue break. Okay. So sitting close to the front of your chair seat, not collapsing into the back. If you have a strap, I'm folding it in half. If you have an extra long strap, you'll probably do it in thirds. Just make sure you know where the belt buckle is so you don't inadvertently hit yourself in the face. It's happened. So legs and feet in parallel, arms go up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Relifting. And now tilting over to right, as though you're between 2 panes of glass. Back to center, tilting left. So you don't want to torque off left or right. You want to stay focused to the front. Let's do 4 of these. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center. Very slowly and mindfully. Nice, very nice. Here, you might want to use your strap. If you don't have a strap or don't wish to use one, forearm goes behind the back of your right thigh. If you're using the strap, loop it around the ball of the right foot, even out the strap ends. I like to keep it on the inside of the leg. You can choose what works for you. So you're sitting tall. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, or as many as you can manage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. We bend, we move strap. Now right hand on right knee, and you're just going to circle the whole femur bone into the pelvic girdle. Now when we move the joint, that means you're producing synovial fluid. That doesn't happen until you move the joint. Synovial fluid is the WD-40 of the body, keeps everything oiled and moving. And that foot can come down. Let's move to the other side. Looping the strap around the ball of the left foot, or using the arm behind the back of the thigh works as well. So it's inhale, bend, exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rebend, remove strap. Very nice. I'm putting that to the side. I'm going to grab some weights. Weights are optional. If you're not using the weight, you just have a soft fist. So from here, I'm going to put in my left hand one weight. So it's no weight or one weight in your left hand. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start either circling. You could circle the arm in both directions, obviously, or you can jiggle the arm. So let's start with the jiggling. And then we're going to lift up. Inhale, lift the shoulder. Exhale, twist and turn to your left. Come back to center, jiggle the arm. Inhale, with the shoulder, twist and turn. Let's do 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then I'm going to pause in the middle, and now I'm going to circle in one direction, mixing up your witch's cauldron here with a snack for later. And then you can circle the other direction. I just heard thunder. We're going to get rain. Whee! So circling here, and then bringing that to stillness and coming on up, just rolling the shoulders back. No weight or one weight in your right hand. Jiggle in the center. And then you're going to roll that shoulder up and back as you look over your right shoulder. Forward to jiggling. Rolling it back. 4 more. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Nice. Coming back to the center. Now you can just circle that whole arm. This feels good with the weight, circling. And then you're going to circle in the other direction. Nice and easy. And then losing the weight, if you were using it. Let's everybody scoot to the far right of your chair seat. Now this outside leg here, the butt cheek is half on and half off of the chair. This is staff pose. Sorry, gate pose. Option 1 is a straight leg. Option 2 is a bent knee. So you can choose what works for you. Again, everything is squared front to the front. Your top right arm is going to come over. Inhale, exhale. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale. Whee! Let's do 4. Nice and slow. 3, 2, 1. Keep that top arm up, bend the elbow. Inhale, bend the elbow. Exhale, press it away. Inhale, bend top elbow. Exhale, press it away. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then that top arm is making a big rainbow arc. It comes over. Maybe you want to assist that leg back in. Maybe you can do it just by leg power only. And then you're going to scoot over to the left. So the outside butt cheek is half on, half off of the chair. Left leg goes out, gate pose. Option 1 is the straight leg. Option 2 is bent knee. You can choose. So now left arm goes over. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 4. Nice and slow. 3. Big side stretch. 2. Last one. Keep that top elbow, bend it. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it to the side. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Top on rainbow arc coming down. Leg comes in. Nice and easy. Let's shake out the legs. Let's just bounce the feet and the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Do a little choreography. 3, 2, 1. You got it. All right. And then slowly bringing the legs and feet to stillness. Feet and legs in parallel, stack palms over heart center, sit to stand, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover, don't land. If you can avoid, or come back up and hover for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to straight legs. Arms unwind. Shake everything out. Well done, you. Now, if you have anxiety about getting onto the mat and getting back up again, this is a trick you can use. This is also helpful information if you should fall down somewhere and can access something that can help lever yourself back up again. So, grabbing edge of chair seat, weight will go in the arms. Shift the weight to one leg. One knee floats. Second knee joins it. You're on the earth. Getting back up, grab side of chair seat, maybe the whole chair seat, maybe assist one leg forward, and then tuck these back toes. Now you're going to put the weight in the arms as you lift the bum. Inhale, press, 1 foot under chair seat, 2nd foot under chair seat. Slowly rise up to avoid dizziness, head rush, nausea. You don't want to encounter that, all right? So now you can take your blocks, if you're using them, to the narrow end of the mat. Very quickly. And so now facing the short end of the mat, inhale up, swan dive, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive forward. Lifting and bowing. Last time, inhale, will stay down this time. Fingertips can touch either mat or low blocks. The head can hang here, so that head is like a 15-pound bowling ball tractioning the spine. Feet stay flat as you micro bend the knees left and right. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness, stepping back into down dog, or getting to the mat if you can't do down dog. No worries. So if you're down dogging, bicycle pedal your heels, wag your fluffy dog butt. Here's a fluffy dog tail. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness. Float the knees down to the mat. Big toes together. Knees wide apart. Press into child pose. So your child pose could have parallel thighs. They don't have to be big toes together, knees wide apart. If you do the big toes together, knees wide apart, that allows more space for the torso when you press back. So you have a little aperture there where you can put your torso. You press the hips back towards the heels. Forehead is on mat, and arms can go either forward on the mat or beside the legs. If the forehead doesn't reach the mat, first option, stacked palms, rest the forehead there. Second option, stack fists, rest the forehead there. Or take a low block if you should have one. Rest the forehead there. And then once you've organized your best version of child's pose, just melting into the mat. Just letting Mother Earth support you. dropping into a quiet space inside. Couple of big full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming only halfway out of child, top of right foot nestles into arch of left foot, press back, smushing your bottom left foot. And then meanwhile, the hands and the arms go on the earth to the left. The right hip presses away to the right, 45 degrees on the diagonal. A big, ginormous stretch for the right side of your body. This could be a static press. It could be little micro movements, little wiggles. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, slowly pausing in the center, coming halfway out only of child, flipping the feet. Top of left foot nestles into arch of right foot. Press back, bum toward the heels. The hands and the arms go on the earth to the right. The left hip pushes away left, 45 degrees on the diagonal. Big, ginormous stretch for the left side of the body. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, very nice. Coming back to center, now rising up and winding the feet. I'm removing my bolster. Maybe padding a little bit extra for your knees or not. Just a suggestion. It always pays off to be kind to your knees. And then hands, legs and arms and hands. We're coming to neutral table, hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. Let's go ahead and just take the hands to the upper corners of your short end of your mat, and let's just circle the hips here just a few times, just to keep reminding those hips to stay lubricated and open. And then you're going to circle in the other direction. Big full breaths. And then coming back to neutral, let's find our way to sitting. Maybe you want to sit on a folded blanket or towel here. That might be helpful or not. You can choose. And we're going to start with legs straight, and we're just going to shake them out. Let's take the legs a little wider apart. Feet stay flexed. External rotation, back to center. Internal rotation. External, internal for 8. Sitting tall. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake everything out. Legs go back to parallel. Bend your right knee. Cross that foot across this left straight leg. The foot should be flexed, flat rather. So you're going to have it either on the outside of your left straight leg or the inside. You can choose. Left arm caresses the bent knee. Your right arm stretches straight out from the armpit as you twist to the right, twisting till you come to your sticking point, and there you will stop, looking over the right shoulder. That left foot stays flexed for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slightly releasing, but staying in the twist. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn, possibly a little deeper. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back out of it, drop that right bent knee off to the right. Maybe you want to prop it with a block, the thigh perhaps. That left foot is still flexed, the right foot is still flexed. Inhale up. Exhale, stretching over, 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 and the hands will land somewhere. So now you're not collapsing, you're not letting the head dangle. You're leading with the center of the chest, as though there's a wire in the center of your chest pulling you forward, and there's an imaginary strap around your hips pulling you to the wall behind. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Walk the hands back. Unwind the leg. Shake both legs out. Bend the left knee. So the left foot stays flat, either on the inside of the right straight leg or the outside of the right straight leg. You can decide. This side might be different. So now your right arm encompasses that left bent knee, the left arm twists to the left until you come to your sticking point, and there you will stop. So you're looking over the left shoulder to the wall behind for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying on the twist, but slightly releasing. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn a little deeper. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Coming back around, dropping that left bent knee off to the side. Maybe you want to prop the thigh for support. Maybe you want to stick something underneath your knee. I can show you that prop too. So you can just cushion the back of your knee so you're not straining anything. But you're still facing forward. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale, reaching forward with the hands, landing somewhere. And again, the chest leads. The crown of head lifts to the sky. You're not letting the head dangle. And those hips are being anchored by that imaginary strap around your hips. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back, triple slow time. And then unwind the leg, and then shake everything out. And very mindfully face that short end of the mat. And loop the props, get them off of the mat area. Busy throwing props around. Oh my goodness. All right. So with bent knees, feet and legs in parallel, inhale forward, and let's just go all the way back. Onto the back body. And now the knees are drawn into the chest. And maybe you want to rock side to side, or maybe it's just a plain old static press. I like the rocking side to side. It massages the whole back body from the back of the skull down to the coccyx bone, the tailbone. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Knees splay apart, feet dangle in the air. Hands can grab either the ankle or the shins. Let the weight of the arms open up those thighs, open up the hip crease. And since the feet are floating in the air, you can flex and point the feet, spread the toes wide, circle the ankles for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice. Feet come to stillness, knees close together, feet come back to earth. Now feet are mat width apart, the knees are bent. Arms are in T position, windshield wiper the bent knees. I decide this should feel good. Moving side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1. The knees drop to the right, leave them there. And then the head and the neck might want to look to the left. If it bothers your neck to look to the side, just skip it. Just have those bent knees drop to the right for 4, 3, 2, supine twist, 1. Back to center, facing the ceiling, and then windshield wipering your knees, nice and gentle. And when the knees drop to the left, leave them there. Head and neck might want to look to the right. If it bothers your neck to look to the side, just skip it. For 4, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center. Again, a few windshield wipers to recalibrate. Why not? And then if you have a block, grab a block. Knees stay bent. If you're not using a block, the palms go palm down. slide them under the hips. Otherwise, press into the feet. The low block goes right there underneath the sacrum. So that's that bony part of the low back down here by the tailbone. It's not up here by the kidneys. Once you've got a secure connection to your block, lift it up, the legs, and let's glue the legs and the ankles together. We're just going to make circles here. Why not? So squeezing your abs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Now circle the other direction. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And the legs come up to perpendicular. Flex the feet. Flex as you open wide, a big wide V. Point the toes as you cross the legs. Open. Point. Different leg in front as you cross. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Jiggle the legs, shake them out. Again, glue them together. Drop them and hovering. Drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then bending one knee, one foot mindfully returns to earth. Bending second knee mindfully returns to earth. If you've got the block placed, leave it there. You might want to stay right here. If you want to try supported baby back bend, very carefully extend one leg long to see if that feels all right. If it feels okay, fine. If it doesn't, don't do it. Second leg might want to extend long, supported baby back bend. If you want more, arms do the same thing, except overhead. Palms face the midline. Arms rest on the earth if that's available. Big stretch for the whole body. Supported baby back bend. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms return back down to the side of the body. Draw one bent knee in slowly. Second knee bend slowly. Press the feet into mat. Slide the block away. Roll the spine down on the mat like a string of pearls. And then very mindfully drawing one bent knee into the chest. Now this is the counter stretch to the baby back bend. So don't just pop it in there. And then you're going to take the second knee in, and then you're going to roll around on the sacrum, maybe. That might feel yummy. Or it could be side to side rocks. You can choose. And then one last thing, we're going to kick ourselves in the butt for 8, 7, 6, pump those legs, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet come to stillness, legs come to stillness. Finding yourself in Shavasana, arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees on the earth. Maybe a rolled towel or blanket under your knees to protect the low back. Maybe adding sweatshirt and socks, maybe adding a blanket, maybe adding an eye pillow if you have an eye pillow. They're really nice. Yeah. So if flat on your back isn't working, you can return to feet mat width apart. Knees knocked together in the center like a tent, restorative rest. If flat on the back is impossible, you could rest on one side, hips and legs stacked. Rest your head on the upper arm or a cushion on a block. Or you could do legs up the wall if you have the legs up the wall. Or you could be sitting in a chair, feet flat, crown of head lifting to sky. And then just noticing the effects of the practice, breathing into any residual tension that might remain. Then noticing the warmth of that hot tub. We'll do an abbreviated version today. The warmth starts in the feet. It moves up into the ankles, below legs, the knees, and then the thighs. From there, the warmth moves into the hips and pelvis, the buttocks release, the low back releases. And then it moves into the hips and pelvis. And then it moves into the torso, enveloping the ribs and all the vital organs. It moves there and from there into the chest, into the shoulders, and rolls down both arms. It moves into the neck and the throat. And then it envelops the head all the way to the crown of the head. Back of the neck releases. Face and jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body, front body, right side, left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And here are some words from Pema Chodron. Your sense of yourself, who you think you are at the relative level, is a very restricted version of who you truly are. But the good news is that you can use your direct experience, who you seem to be at this very moment, as the doorway to your true nature. By fully touching the relative moment of time, the sound that you're hearing, the smell that you're smelling, the pain or discomfort you're feeling right now, by being fully present to your experience, right here, right now, you can contact the unlimited openness of your being. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. Drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, crown of head, drawing up towards the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.
Judith, can